You are watching PR English Shorthand Dictations YouTube channel.
This is English Shorthand dictation number 394 and the dictation speed is 120 words per minute. Ready? Start. Madam Speaker, I must confess to you that it is with a tinge of sadness that I am addressing this august house. Our country is faced with enormous challenges. The Middle East, West Asia, and North Africa are in flames. We have 6 million citizens of our country based in these countries. We should be worrying about the future of those citizens of ours. 70% of our oil supplies come from the Middle East. If the conflict in the area gathers momentum, there will be a serious question mark about our quest for energy security. I thought that this August House would use this opportunity to reflect not in a spirit of partisan upmanship, but as people charged with the responsibility of governing this country to work out a viable strategy as to how we can deal with these emerging events. Instead, we have chosen to be exercised by what some embassy official writes about us. I must warn the House that this is a dangerous path. Tomorrow, if another official of a foreign embassy takes it into his head to create a feeling of strife and distress among the political parties in our country, all that he has to do is to plant a diplomatic message and also ensure that somehow it leaks. I think the nation and this August Parliament should reflect as to what we are doing to our country. It is not in a spirit of any partisan upmanship that I am saying this, but as someone who is worried about the aftermath of this development on the future management of our country. With these words, I come back to the main subject. Let me say that I am no match with Srimati Sushma Swaraj when it comes to her oratorial skills. Madam Speaker, this is not the first time that I have been faced in my parliamentary career with an opposition onslaught of the type that you have been witnessing of late. I had to go through that fate as the finance minister and as the prime minister. The main opposition party, right from the year 2004, adopted the attitude that we were a usurper. All that I can say to Sri Advani is that the people of India have voted us into power in a free and fair election. Madam Speaker, as the honorable members will recall, several members had raised allegations based on the reports in a newspaper about the purported cables from the US Embassy in New Delhi to their authorities in Washington. In response to the request from the leader of the opposition, I had made a statement on this subject in this August House on March 18, 2011. Madam, I reiterate that it is not possible for the government of India to confirm the veracity of the contents of such communications. If they exist, they would be communications from the US diplomats stationed in New Delhi to their government in Washington. This is not open to us to inquire from either of the two regarding the communications they exchanged amongst themselves. In my statement of 18th March 2011, I had also stated that many of the persons referred to in these communications have strongly denied their veracity. Madam, in my statement, I had also referred to the issue raised regarding the offense of bribery. Apart from rejecting the allegations, I had also drawn the attention of this august House to the fact that the allegations were investigated by a committee constituted by the 14th Lok Sabha, and the committee had concluded that there was insufficient evidence to draw a conclusion of bribery. The honorable leader of the opposition has questioned the veracity of this statement, and I would spend some time to convince her and the members of the opposition that the inference that I have drawn is not incorrect. Madam, in this context, I refer to what the then Speaker Shri Somnath Chatterjee stated in this August House on 16th December 2008 while introducing the report of the committee. Madam, what I had stated is exactly what Sri Somnath Chatterjee stated while introducing this report, and therefore I urge the honorable members not to doubt my credentials in this regard. Madam, the same thing emerges when we study the report of the committee in totality. It is no use quoting sections which suit one's convenience or which support one's argument. Madam, the matter was referred to the Delhi police for investigation. Further investigation is in progress. Madam Speaker, I leave it to the good sense of this august House to decide for itself whether the report of the committee in any way substantiates the wild allegations leveled by some honorable members of the opposition. Madam, I would like to make it clear once again that none from the Congress party or the government indulged in any such unlawful act during the trust vote in 2008. We have not been involved in any such transactions, and we have not authorized anyone to indulge in such transactions. Sir, I must congratulate the Home Minister for the excellent beginning that he has made and for the speed that he has acquired to restore the fundamental rights to the citizens and to appoint commissions of inquiry to go into the excesses of the earlier rule as well as the shocking scandals that had characterized last years of the previous regime. However, in all humility, I must confess that it is not enough. The 42nd Amendment of the Constitution should be withdrawn immediately. The fundamental rights will have to be fully restored, and the role and power of the judiciary must be restored immediately. Then the necessary correction in the attitude of the police cannot be achieved if at this moment we do not differentiate between those officers and men who acted on instructions and those who went out of their way to trouble and harass people during the earlier rule. If we do not differentiate between these people and do not give to the guilty exemplary punishment that would serve as deterrent and corrective, we would not be able to reorganize the police department.